Hey, what is happening, guys? I am back here with my 1981 Mercedes 240D. And the same thing happens with my cars as I'm sure with many of yours happen. I buy a project, very excited about it, going to do something cool with it, going to at least drive it, and it just sits. And a lot of my cars are just stymied in that sort of condition. So this is one that I can crack out, get some things done, restore some life to it, and make it either a driver or sell it, one of the two. Just do something with it, and as opposed to just sitting. So join me. We're going to go through this thing a little bit, make sure she's ready to roll down the road and do it somewhat safely and problem-free, maybe. So stick around. Thanks for watching.
The first thing I got to do with this car is just get it pulled out of the weeds. It's been sitting here for a while, so I got to open her up and just toss the battery in this bad boy. I sling this Mercedes in the garage and start getting it jacked up and all the wheels and tires taken off. I got to give some attention to the front brakes and to get those tires changed as well. It's at this point where I run out of useful jacks and have to use a terrible little one that doesn't reach high enough, and then I block it up with some super sketchy wood. Just looking under this thing, you can tell what a good ride quality would have. Just the size of these springs is massive for the size of the car. It also has independent rear suspension, something you would not see in American cars of this size for a long, long time. I get started on these brakes, and nothing too wild or confusing here. It's just they pop right off with a little bit of, muscle. And voila, the first one is off. And you can actually see where the rubber boots in this thing had just, the seals had gone out in this. It was just so old and dry rotted. But that's what had happened, why it was leaking. The only odd part about these calipers was how they actually attached to the hoses. The whole apparatus had to be spun around, which I found a little bit odd, but it did work fine. I was just lucky this isn't a rust bucket, or I'd end up doing lines as well. One done, not looking too bad at all. And the pads just glide right in. Pretty impressive stuff. And then pins just slide on through that, and it's super easy. GM wasn't doing this until like the last decade. Now I'm getting going on that passenger side. Probably be able to do this one a little faster as I've looked at everything that happens with the other side. These also have wear pad sensors in them, which I find pretty wild for this day and age. I can't think of anything that would have this at this time with the same level of quality. Pretty amazing. With that job all complete, now I can move on to the alternator. Now, I didn't know necessarily that this was bad, but I started it up the other day and the battery light was on in the car. And there's not a lot that can go wrong with these cars electrically, but then as I drove it across the yard, I noticed that the alternator was putting off an abnormal amount of smoke, so that had to be done as well. And up and under the car, up and under the car, up and under the car, and it pops out. I got all that chrome on there now. It's probably go a lot faster. Now I just got to tuck the new one in, snug it all up, and make it look beautiful. And it is. Works good. Next, I'm just going to kind of get the cobwebs off this thing. It's covered in pine needles and all sorts of stuff, so I'm just spraying it on down with a little bit of air from the compressor and just trying to get the big chunks of it off right now. and busting out the leaf blower for the really big chunks. And now I'm installing the floor mats, which I've had in the corner for a long time. I don't know why I had them out to begin with, but I did take them out originally to check out the floor and never put them back in. So get those tossed back in, and I'm just going to hit this thing with a light degreaser, just kind of take the grime off, and it ends up taking off a fair bit of the oxidation that's on top as well. This car has a kind of a chalkiness to it that just older cars get from sitting in the sun a lot, but I think it actually cleaned up pretty darn good for the amount of effort I put into it. If I waxed it, it would look incredible.
All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. It's all cleaned up, brakes are done, alternator's in. This is sort of the piece de la resistance here. It's sort of what got the project going because I got such a sweet deal on these bad boys. These tires. And as you can see, things are pretty tight around here. I even had to fire the guy that used to push the tires into frame and stuff. So what we have here is a really, really nice set of Goodyear tires. This is not something I would have ever paid store price for, because these are like $200, $225 tires a piece, which is just not in the cards for me for what I do. It's just, I run things on a shoestring budget. And this thing is what it needed mostly was tires. They were so dry rot and shot that they were just, you know, they couldn't hold air at any point. And I picked the full set, 4 of these for $100, which is an unbelievable deal. And really is what got the ball rolling on the whole project. I probably would have never got going on it had this not fallen in my lap, but sometimes that's how these things work. It's just a little bit of luck, a little bit of good timing, and you end up with something that kind of just is enough to get the ball rolling. So I spent $100 on these. I spent $200 on the brakes and another $100 on the alternators. That's like $400 in total. And to have what will be a very good running driving car all said and done. So I'm gonna get these bad boys slapped on, and then we are going to take it for a short spin. So stick around. $245,000 miles on it, you'd never know it. Brakes work. Now these cars are obviously not known for their speed really, but more for their comfort. You know, this seat has 245,000 miles on it. You'd never know that. Engine runs like new, or pretty close to. And they have excellent ride quality. I discussed earlier how long their shocks and springs are. It makes a lot of difference for how these things actually go down the road. See, the headlights are working. That's pretty incredible. Wow. It's like a new car, I must say. It's amazing what tires will do for a car. Transmission shifting, Very nice. I went through all the vacuum lines at one point and did a bunch of them all up, so they should work. Let's see. We have fuel. We have a speedometer that works. We have oil pressure that's excellent. Just put this up so it's not mess up my audio. I'm going 40 right now. Smooth as butter. Nice and tight steering wheel too. You know, these things, they'll go 70, but you're cranking it, that's for sure. I never got this one going that fast simply because the tires are so scary on it that it would be really quite unsafe, even for my standards, as to what these things should be doing. So I'm punching it. I got it down to the floor right now. We're really not going any faster. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. 55 and almost 60. There's 60. And it'll go faster, but it takes a long time to do it. But it's straight as an arrow. Take my hand off the wheel, like it's going absolutely straight. Pretty wild. 65.
Well, I think that's going to do it for me here today. I think it just goes to show how amazing a fresh set of tires can make a car. It has really brought a lot of life into this thing. It goes down the road. You feel a lot safer. There's no all uneven tires. It just rolls smooth. They look good. I think it really has improved the look of the car dramatically. Just a little bit meatier set of tires on it. It looks pretty nice. But yeah, I'm gonna clean it up probably a little bit more and either keep driving it or list it up for sale, or one of the two. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. And I think it looks real nice. So, but thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.